Hello everybody, Nistic here. I'm going to be casting this PvZ, actually PvP, between Kent and Hafsea. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's see what happens. This week we have a slightly smaller bracket. Feel free to do exclamation mark bracket in the chat, and you'll see that we have about 20 people playing right now, which isn't so bad. But you know, oftentimes you get that number a little higher. I know that a lot of players are currently playing the series, or the Star Ladder Amateur Series, which for the Grandmaster level, that includes like a lot of the regulars for the Platy-pro Weekly, so that could be one reason that not many people are playing. Let's see what happens this game. It looks like Hafsea is just sort of patrolling his probe right outside the base here. So not much is going on, and this is his base, so he's just gonna throw down a second gateway. This is interesting. Both players have two gateways. This is probably very standard for PvP, and you see that cybernetic core coming down. Here, let me move my mic a little closer. I don't know how loud this is right now. It should be, let's see. Uh-oh, do I have double? No, it should be fine. Should be fine. Oh wait, we're not getting what is this going on here? I'm not sure we're getting desktop audio right now. Okay, here we go. See, okay, now we're getting desktop audio. I don't know what was going on there. Alright, so hopefully the sound is working properly, but please do let me know if it's not. I'll fix it ASAP. Alright, looks like this might be a proxy starport coming out. I don't know. We gotta see what Kent does with this probe. Well, I guess it's just actually scouting for proxy starports, as it does make a loop around here, and then it goes straight back to, or towards Hafsea's base. And yeah, so Hafsea went for the Adepts, and you know, it's all standard stuff. Sometimes in PvP, you will actually see two Stalkers, which are faster than Adepts, but don't have the micro potential with the shade and everything. So yeah, not too much going on. Should be fairly standard stuff. Kent over here is going to bypass the Adepts of Hafsea, and he actually might shade in right now. I know actually Hup does the shade first, but it's blocked, and both players do block the shade. Interesting to note, Hup did let his Adepts finish, which was very risky, but he did get a kill off of it. And the Nexus going down, I suppose, is you know, giving him a slight edge, Kent. But that also did let him get that. That did let Hafsea get that Adept kill, as there was not enough units, or not enough units for Kent. Kent actually let his pylon finish. That's a mistake, which will take a little bit to kill. I suppose with the Adepts there, it's not necessarily a mistake. But that does suck a little bit. Right now, if you just look at the situation here, Kent is actually way down in army supply, so this might be a faster attack coming out here for Hafsea, who is going into Phoenix, and Phoenix are pretty good against small numbers of units, obviously. And yeah, this is actually pretty worrisome. Of course, Kent, every second that goes by, it does favor him, as he has a fairly decent economy with 2 more workers, and he's already started mining minerals off of his base there. Hafsea, on the other hand, is oversaturated. I have no idea what that force field was. What in the world? Oh, he meant to do a hallucination. Oh no, Hup made a mistake there. But that's okay. We do see a sentry get sniped, and Hafsea goes all the way into the base. This is so bad for Kent right now. I think Hopsea might be okay with this. He's probably very okay with the amount of workers he's killing. If you look at the worker count right now, Hop's actually ahead in workers right now, despite having that later Nexus. He doesn't let the... I don't like that. I think he should have let the stage finish over there. I have no idea what was going on there. But he's going to lose every single depth. He might get out with one. No, not even any. I actually don't know if that was worth it. That was a lot of adepts that just died there. But at the same time, Hopsea does have a nice economy. He needs to transfer workers right now, and then he'll be okay. Now we see 4 workers transferring to the natural. That's a lot more workers for Hopsea. He has 3 more. I mean, that's a decent amount. And with the Phoenix, he's gonna have an even greater worker lead fairly soon. He just needs to make sure to not lose these Phoenix, and then we should get insane amounts of value throughout the entire game. Not only are they good at killing workers, Phoenix are great at killing actual units. He's gonna lose the Phoenix here. That sucks. But yeah, look at his worker count. He's 10 workers up, which is no joke. I don't know what his next step is, if he's just gonna keep on, like, you know, massing up units. He has that Robo there. He has an Immortal on the way, and just gotta see what's coming up. Right now, I kind of like the tech from Hopsea. I guess it's similar, but can't actually just finish stuff. What was that upgrade? Charge, I believe? Well, we'll see once he warps in 4 units, but Hopsea is doing great right now because he has 11 more workers right now. 12, 11. It's crazy right now how much further ahead he is with 2 Immortals, 3 Sentries, high energy, 4 Sentries. You should be fine against any attack. There is a big attack coming, by the way. This gateway thing it's on the way, and the Warp Prism is moving out as well. We should see a mass amount of units warped in once the Warp Prism gets to the other side of the map. And that might be a little bit deadly, but there are 2 full energy shield batteries here. And shield batteries are great against this exact thing. You do need to keep those units alive, especially Immortals. Shield batteries are so good for Immortals because they already have, you know, a lot of shields, right? I guess it's 100 shields, and if you have the barrier on cooldown long enough, it's just going to be charged, and you have another opportunity to do lots of damage. Yeah, it does look like charge was that one thing, but those shield batteries helping out so much. He has 2 Immortals still alive, and he's gonna save them because Hopsea has his own Warp Prism, and those sentries just wrecked everything. I believe this is gonna be GG any second now, as Hopsea looked very good right there. Not even close, really. You do see the Immortal Micro going down, just getting up, you know, putting all the Immortals right back. And he just, you know, saves everything. It's just not looking so great for his tank right now. I guess he will... Nope, he's not even gonna get out. No, it does look like he's gonna get out, but just barely. And Hopsea is getting up his charge. It is GG. As you can see, it's slices more than double. So very nicely played there by Hopsea. Takes game 1. And let's see how the rest of the bracket is doing. Everyone should know if your opponent's not there within 15 minutes, you can just take a walkover. And we're going to have like a lot of walkovers, as this tournament does seem like it's very short here. Mutagene, let's see, Stark, yeah, I'm just going to... Oh, Starkiller is here. So maybe we can get into that one. Well, or maybe they can get into that one. Start the game. Hopefully, as an admin, I'm not too needed, as everybody knows sort of how to handle everything, what to do. The only question is, I know Future is also playing that same Star Series, Star Ladder. And so Barbarossa might be lucky here, but he's in a game. Actually, looks like Barbarossa is actually playing future, or it could be a coincidence that they're both in 4-minute custom games. But that's good to see that at least one of those Rise players are going to play. I'm actually happy for Hopsea right now. Like, because if you look at his illegal act, it's like 600 something, and this guy's actually higher, so it's... And I know that Hup is a good player. Like, he's better than it. He's better than his illegal act would show. Because he keeps on getting matched against people that are better than him, and he loses. But this guy supposedly is better than him, and Hopsea is beating him, so that's kind of cool. Oh, I'm host again. Whoops, I kind of forgot to ask the players if they're ready. That's okay though, they are ready. But yeah, so yeah, I know, yeah, Hopsea is pretty good. Every now and then you'll see him go to the Grandmaster League, although I guess right now he's not there. So like, I don't know how good he is right now, but yeah, anyway. And then Kent, as a player, I don't even know who Kent is. But yeah, another protest. So it's good to see some good PvP happening here. You see a pylon going down. Yeah, if you're watching and you'd like to, you know, find out the bracket information, you can do !bracket in the chat, or in Matcherino you can add $1 for free to the prize pool, which is very nice, as once it hits 50, then it'll be done. But right now, still need a couple more coupons to be used up. So if you just want to help me out there, feel free to do so. I wonder, this is such a weird probe. I guess this probe is to block cannon rushes. It's just very interesting to me. Oh, what a badass spray there. As you can see, the Colossi lasers making good luck, have fun. Wow. Alright. And we do... Yeah, this probe is just gonna hang out right now. Excuse me. In the main base. Wow. Alright. Well... Let's see if that's spotted. I do believe he doesn't yet. Hopsea is all on top of this hidden probe shenanigans, as that Kent probe is just gonna run away. And I'm just gonna test my sound real fast. Rosa might be lucky. Okay, yeah, it does look like you can hear myself. Okay, I just had to confirm. The stream is actually live and good. Ooh, Kent's here. Gonna be tricky. He's gonna throw down a starport once this pylon finishes up. It's not quite timed as he might have wanted it, as that has been done for a while, this cybernetic score, but that's okay. Kent is fine because he has to give the appearance of a normal build, so he's just trying to trick Hopsea into thinking that he's actually just he's just trying to trick him into thinking that he is doing a normal build, but actually he's proxying. I don't know yet what this is. It's taking a long time to go down. By the way, thank you for the follow. Oh, actually the host, Yanni Flakes, has hosted me with 12 viewers. Thank you very much. As I saw you were casting a clan war via Discord, but I hope that went well. Okay, so we do see that starport. Very interesting, as this might be just fast Oracle into some serious damage here, but at the same time, Hopsea is doing something cheesy of his own. He's actually getting DTs, and if we don't see a Robo thrown down ASAP, actually, I think this might be game over for Kent, because as the Stargate player, your Oracle needs to tag the DTs, and if you're good with DTs, you split them up, and it's pretty much impossible to actually get any work done with that Oracle, but I don't even think it's gonna, like, these Adepts by themselves are wrecking. I would just cancel this right now. Or the other option, leave it up, block a pylon, get the pylon down. I have no idea why he's letting these Adepts in. It seems like a terrible idea. It does look like, although two Oracles are chronoed out. Yeah, this is just game over here. There just simply isn't enough stuff for Kent, and the DTs haven't even arrived yet. This is obviously way too much damage here. I don't know why he let that finish. He could have sat there and killed pretty much every single probe, but he's just being safe. I would suspect something if I was Hapsea right now. I don't know what he hopes to accomplish here, as those DTs are done. There's no sentries, there's no detection. I'm just gonna march in and kill everything here. As a single Oracle shows up, it's not gonna be enough. He does need to get some Stalkers out, but it should be easy to fend off after that. And there's, yep, no detection, should be easy. Wow, look at those DTs just hacking away at the Adepts there. They're all gonna go down, and the single Oracle's actually getting a lot of kills, right? There's actually, that might be the second one. I think the first one went down. Either way, oh no, here's the first one. So we do see 6 kills and 4 kills, 10 kills. It doesn't make up for the fact that there's 2 DTs killing everything. So yeah, very well played by Hapsea. Look at that APM, 550. Very on top of everything that game. But alright, and now we go to the next series. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you're coming from Yanni Flake's stream, I hope you stick around at least for a little bit. If you like StarCraft, this is basically a amateur series, but it's a weekly tournament that I put on called the Platy-pro Weekly, where you get to see all the players compete for like $50 prize pool split over 8 people, so that's like a whole ton of people that are getting money here, even if it's small amounts. It does give everybody a chance. It also the main rule of this tournament is you can't play in it if you've made more than $8,000 in prize earnings, which it's all very public information. You can check this, and it's a good way to give the semi-pros a chance here, and not have to worry about getting eliminated right away. Anyway, so if you do !brack in the chat, you will see currently this what is happening here. I know that Hapsea is going to play BioIce next. Siegfried's going to play Darabu. Let's see. It looks like Siegfried is actually playing. Let's see if there's a guy named Darabu. Oh, he wasn't here, actually. And let's see, Mutagene, is he here? Actually, he is here. Starkiller looks like. Here, I need to remind everybody. Remember to update the bracket. Can't type today. I don't want to call anybody out, but whatever. Alright, so I know Caleb is busy. Yeah, it's just like everybody is like playing the Star Ladder thing right now. It is a very small bracket, unfortunately, but that is fine. Is Future actually not playing in that? I wonder. Barbarossa 4-minute game. Yeah, you know what? I think Future is actually playing for once. And Caleb, let's see if he's in a game right now. Caleb's actually not in a game. I don't know if he. Sometimes you just gotta stalk these players. Match history. he lost against Tits McSwag and Riser. Actually, he won against that. Which makes me think he's not going to play because he's probably in a round robin or something. Let's see who's up. I might be casting Hupsia again. Does look like BioAce is probably... Wait, is BioAce? No, he's in a ranked game. Interesting. Yeah, so there's like a lot of players that just aren't here right now, so it kind of sucks. What about Farm Cakes? AKA Hunta there. Oh, he's just waiting. Okay. And then Spear is probably in his game right now. And Lucifer, I have no idea what's up with him. Damn, Lucifer's not here. What about Piff Paff? I guess I'll give Piff Paff the walkover then. That's crazy that there's like nobody here. This is one of the smallest weeks for sure. Yeah, and Piff Paff got a... Wow. Okay, so loser of 10 should be coming up here. Game time and Memoron. So I suppose I could show you the bracket. I did it, chat. I won a PvP. Yes, you did. Congratulations. Wait. I'm not going to add a scene right now, but you can do exclamation mark bracket in the chat if you'd like to see the bracket. Oh, Barbarossa is actually here. So it does look like he's looking for Kent. And yeah, Future actually played. Interesting. Now I don't know if the other guy... Yeah, it looks like Rekka Concrete is probably the same person as Rek Rut. Don't know, but hoping that's the case. So yeah, right now we're just looking for a game. I'm gonna take a small break and put it on some music here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. How do you sign up for this tourney? Next week will be Platy-pro 38. So if you go to the bracket for this week, which is challenge.com/Platy37, just change the 7 to an 8, and then you can go straight there and sign up for next week. It happens every single week. Just a fun thing that I do. Okay, so the mic is still on. Alright. I will be taking a short break, turning mic off now, as the players do get ready. Alright, we're almost into the next series here. It will be BioIce versus Hupsea, who is the Protoss that we just casted. We'll see how this one goes. I know BioIce is very good. I'm kind of expecting a relatively one-sided game here, but you never know. Just gotta wait and see. Do have BioIce in the spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Acid Plant here. I do wonder if Hupsea is going to try something tricky. He could be doing either a Cannon Rush or the other option that sometimes he gets away with, in my experience, is if he just he gets up that Protoss Death Ball, and he's pretty good at it. Occasionally he gets like a bunch of carriers, and he can't do very much as a Zerg. Either way, it's exciting to see how these players do. I know, like, Hop has his own stream, and he's known for his Protoss play, and also his Salt. BioIce, on the other hand, very good. Zerg, I don't know, you know, he also streams. More of a tournament player, I'd say, and he does get results, I'd say, fairly often. Just gotta see how they do right now, I suppose. Let's see how is just kind of being annoying with that probe there. Just kind of poking around, making all the drones switch. Ooh, BioIce does actually immediately go for the third base. Seems interesting decision. He's not gonna have quite enough minerals. I think he might just be anticipating a macro game out of Hupsea, and this works. He is taking that slow gas, basically being as greedy as possible without doing a 3-hatch build by itself. So that works. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying it, please hit the follow button. All support is appreciated. I see you, Andy Man. Hey, if you want to cast with me as well, that would be cool. Cause I'm basically soloing this tournament. Nothing wrong with that though. And should be fun. Just want to see how Sayed does this game. You know, again, going back to what I said earlier, he is a pretty big underdog here, and just if he was to get a close game, I'd be excited about it. As BioIce is actually almost not qualified to play in the Platy-pro Weekly, because that's simply how much money he's earned. You can only play in this tournament if you've earned less than 8,000 in total SC2 tournament earnings. BioIce is getting there, pretty close. Same with the a couple other players. Future is another one that's getting there, although not quite as much as BioIce. BioIce has been around a lot more years in the scene for sure. So also Spear, I think, is pretty close. Let's see if this is depth. Okay, good. That would be silly if Hupsea let that one finish. I do like BioIce's style. He does like the, you know, pull off the gas there, simply to get the Zergling speed, and after that he just goes straight into droning, and it's a very greedy style. Even though you get the gas, he's now going to put guys back on gas. That was quite a ways of just getting pure minerals off 3 bases. He has a good queen count. He's getting spores at 2 of the 3 bases, and the other one he has 2 queens at. So it's really it's not so bad. It's going well for BioIce right now, as Hupsea is actually on a similar worker count, but only 2 bases, and we should see the drone count skyrocket fairly soon. Oh, is this gonna be a run by? No. Okay, good. I don't know what Hup is doing. His Oracle should probably go to the other side of the map. I don't think he's too worried right now about an all-in, and yeah, rightly so. There's only there's 3 adepts here, and there's only 7 lings, 8 lings. Yeah, So easily enough to defend right for now. He better be careful not to lose his Phoenix. Okay, he's not gonna play with this Warcrawler. Sometimes he will see trying to get away. You just click to the corner of the map and it just goes over a spore and it dies. That would suck though. Hopsea is not out of this game by any means, but he is behind economically. And just gotta see how he catches up here. If this Ling Force can't engage right now, if it does, the Oracle should turn on its Pulsar Beam, and yeah, they do shoo away those Lings. There's only 6 of them left. Actually, we see a huge Ling Flood coming out from Biohaze here. This should be a powerful attack. As oh my god, as he warps in the Archon, they kill it. All right, that's horrible, actually. Straight horrible. At least he has a ton of energy on this Oracle. Actually, it's really not going to matter how much energy he has. That's way too many Lings, and that's going to be a cancel, if not a kill. It is a cancel at the last second, so very well done there. I don't really like the current state of the game for Hopsea though. You do need to have 3 next high if you wanna keep. Thank you for the follow, William Rez. Thank you. So yeah, we just gotta see how the game goes from here. I'm suspecting, you know, with this high queen count and everything, he's really not worried about the Archon drop. So the 2 Archons are coming in though. We do have to see, maybe they are effective. You never know. Actually, yeah, that's a hell of a lot of damage to the Lings, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He does sort of need to kill more than that, and again with the queen count, it just is so good against this Archon play here. I mean, even the queens themselves don't do very much damage, but they don't die either. And so it's really puts a timer on the Archon drop to do damage. If it doesn't do damage, it slowly gets its health knocked away, and it's not very effective at all. And you do see how this Archon drop goes here. I don't think it's gonna, again, do very much. This time there's actually Hydras, the natural enemy of Warp Prisms, and it gets kind of dicey there, but at least Hup doesn't lose his Warp Prism. That would be terrible. Let's see what happens next. We do see 2... it's going to be another Archon coming in. Yes, it will. I'm looking at the state of the game for Biohaze. He just has everything going for him. I'm expecting a Lurker Den soon. But he's actually going to go for the Spire and Hive, which indicates it's going to be like a Greater Spire eventually. I don't know. I've seen this stage of the game. Basically, what you need to do if you're Biohaze, you just hold down the unit's P, and the only way that you throw the game, the only way that you lose here is if you don't make enough units, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna attack the Broodlords. It's not a big deal. I'm so far ahead. Just gonna get us some Broodlords, and then suddenly an army comes, and you're like, oh, I forgot to make mid-tier units, and then you're dead. But if that doesn't happen, it's kind of looking up pretty good for Biohaze right now. I mean, he already has enough to like save himself from most things, and I think we're gonna see an attack out of him as he is nearing maxed supply. Although I would like to see that Greater Spire happen as soon as the Spire's done, and we probably will. Let's see if he's paying attention to it. I just think that's his game plan right now. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's his game plan. As we do see a bunch of Zerglings. He might actually go for Mutas first? I don't know. We will see what he does to the Spire. We do see another cancel going down. Very effective. Yeah, he's getting out Corruptors. This has gotta be... Yeah, there we go. So... it's just gonna be... from bad to worse, right? Because Hopsea has a very good mid-tier army against any ground units, but Zerg is going to grow out of control. Yes, I agree. Zerg is going to grow out of control. So. Yeah, it's just not looking so great right now. I mean, BioAce is no slouch either. Every single time I see him macro, it's a beautiful thing. He plays a lot of games on a stream where it's like scrappy, but at the same time, it's very complicated and difficult. It's not like a few units that go everywhere. It's more like, or it's not like a few as in small amounts of units. It's like a very crazy game where there's units all over the place. There's creep everywhere, and there's a lot of multitasking going down. So yeah, BioAce is very skilled in this kind of game, and the fact that he's reached this stage does tell me he is planning to go all the way, especially with the Brood Lords, as he did not lose his lead when he tried to tech up here. He simply remained in control the entire time, which is what you gotta do when you go Brood Lords. Otherwise, you do risk a throw. You risk or at least you risk not being cost effective. Hydra's not trading very well here, interestingly, but I guess he's okay getting rid of them, as he's gonna replace them immediately. The bank of BioAce is growing so quickly as he has 2,500 minerals and a lot more gas. So as we can see, Hopsea has a decent force of a ton of Templar and Zealots, but Templar and Zealots again aren't what you want to see against this many Broodlords. It's actually going to be a funny moment here in a little bit when there's going to be upwards of 10 Broodlords versus nothing that shoots up, right? None of these units shoot up except for Archons, and they're not very good against Broodlords because they get caught so easily. This should be... Oh no, the last Broodling basically just kills the Broodlord. It should be game because this terrain is way too good for this kind of army. If the Archons get close, you can simply walk straight back over the terrain. It's gonna be a slow death here of lots of micro and Broodling shots coming up for Hopsea, or from BioAce. I don't know. BioAce is looking to make this a decisive win with superior tech, but Hopsea hasn't died yet. If he does get the perfect blink, maybe something's gonna happen. Nope, not really. It's pretty over. And oh, even the Failings crash down and kill all of the Templars. It should be a good game from there, as Hub can compete with the economy of BioAce. That's to be expected, though, as, yeah, Hopsea, he's pretty good, but, BioAce right now is playing fantastically. If you look at his profile, he's ranked 14 on the Grandmaster ladder, and, this is who he's playing with, right? These are very good players. No joke at all. Definitely very well played. So yeah, I believe we're gonna get into the next game very shortly. BioAce has invited me for game 2 here. Hopefully the bracket is progressing. I just gotta refresh here for a bit. Also, is Mutagene playing a game right now? That would be interesting to see. We do see Starkillers in a custom game. And Mutagene hasn't played him. I'm just gonna advance Mutagene then. I assume he should get a walkover. And loser of 12 is... Okay, so Mutogene will verse the loser of this, which is probably going to be Hupsea. I might just cast Hupsea every single game here. This might be the tournament of following Hupsea as he conquers the NA semi-pro scene. or gets conquered, I suppose. But after BioIce, he has a very good shot at making it to the next round, which will be interesting. And good for him. Another exciting thing about this tournament today is Spear, although he's made a ton of victories in the past. Oh, he left the game. He's by no means a shoo-in for the finals this tournament, as Future is another great Terran player. He's also going to be playing today, and actually I'm hoping to see a TVT finals between them. Might not be as good as Maro versus TY last night, but it's gonna be as good as NA gets, basically. Future right now is like number 2 in the ladder, and he's playing excellently, and Spears too. Spears won the last like 3 to 4, maybe 5 Platy-pro Weeklies. He's just been incredibly dominant, not only in this tournament but in others as well. And Game Time is just messaging me about a player, which I don't know anything about really. I think he's not here though. Oh yeah, he got a walkover over Lucifer, but then he disappeared. Interestingly. Yeah, I don't think he's here either. I don't see him, but of course he might have a different name. I don't see him though, so... Okay, cool. So... Excuse me. Alright, coming up here, we do have, spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Lost and Found, we have our pink... Is he pink? No, he's blue. He's a blue Zerg player, BioIce. Playing super well. Last game in a very macro-oriented fashion. He sprinted to Broodlords, and that was after he took a slight lead with the early 3-hatch as well. So I like how that went. This is going to be a scout coming out from BioIce. It could also be a hatch block, and so we got to see what happens here very shortly. I'm expecting a standard opening from Hupsea, but if he's not prepared for this hatch here, he might be very surprised. It does look like it's just going to be a scout, as he prepares to take his natural base. This could be, though. It could be. And I would love it if he did that, but it's also risky. And I think if you do this kind of strategy, the economy is a little bit different than what you would see now out of BioIce. I think usually you go for the pool first, and then the hatch, even? I don't know. Because usually you want the roach foreign on time, so that when the hatch finishes, you start up like 3 roaches. I'm not really sure. I don't really proxy hatch very much. But I don't think BioIce does either, so... I'm just gonna see another fast third base. This is exactly what he did last game, and he had very good success with it. And it might get blocked here by Hupsea. It does send the probe straight to the third base. This is one of the risks of doing this strategy. These normally Zerg players wait for the queens and the Zerglings before they take the third base, unless they get a free opportunity to sneak out a drone. But yeah, the scout here doesn't get the deny on the third base, and it's really not that delayed. there's still enough minerals to start Queen very soon, and we should see that at the natural. There it goes. But on the other hand, BioIce doesn't have the greatest economy. I kind of like, though, I mean not economy, but the queen count being so slow and everything. But I kind of like the way he's playing with this this super greedy third hatch. Since this sort of serves the same purpose as a queen, you'll still get a lot more larvae when you have an early third base like this. So it's really not too different, and then you also have that creep spread, and you have the base to saturate immediately. It's a very interesting thing to think about, whether this is an evolution of play that most Zergs should be doing at this point in time. I don't know. But either way, BioIce is playing super well, and I don't know, so these Zerglings, are they just going to run past? Come on, Hub, say it. No, he's just gonna run past. Although I don't like what BioIce is doing here. I think he should have gone straight to the main or something, as this Adepth is actually gonna get away, and he's not gonna kill a whole lot. Interesting play there. BioIce not quite seizing the opportunity to go past and getting stuck in the wall. I like that a lot from Hopsea. I don't like these lings from BioIce either, and he might even lose another one, which is, or another two even. He's gonna get away. Slow lings are not very powerful, but you know, I don't know if this actually was so great for BioIce. And is this like the greediest of greed? Yeah, this is like so greedy. You don't see a roach foreign started. Without roaches, how are you gonna stop a zealot leg all in? That's my question. Oh, he's supply blocked heavily. That sucks. What did he just... Oh, he killed his probe. He was so supply blocked he needed to get the prism out. Oh my god. He's killing more just to get this immortal started. Oh my god. So Hopsea there with some serious missteps. He had to kill 3 probes to start an immortal on time. And he was looking so good. He was actually ahead in basically every way. BioIce committed to a huge amount of Zerglings, did absolutely nothing, and also has the greediest third base in the world, which means a very powerful all-in could have killed him, but at this point in time, when you kill off 3 probes, and then you have to remake them, it's just... Oh, that's so sad. Hopsea had a chance there. He had a chance to take a free win. Gonna block off these Adepts. It should be enough to block them off. Okay. And you know what? BioIce actually saw everything that was going on as well. That's interesting. Okay. So Hopsea still loading up the immortals here. Losing even more units. This is looking so bad right now. Oh, what? It's gonna be a Ravager attack, which is super questionable. Obviously, this is not gonna do very much when there's an immortal attack going on, killing all the reinforcements. He might even go for it anyway. Yeah, he's gonna go for it because he can just get into this mineral line. And now he has to go home. Just going from bad to worse. Well, that just sucks. Man. Yeah, that's rough. Hopsea getting run over by Zerglings, and more to come as he has nothing in the wall, and it might be a very quick game if there's not a warp in immediately. He's still gonna try to make a very powerful attack work, and this is actually no joke. That's a lot of zealots. Not only is that a lot of zealots, that's a whole ton... Oh wait, charge slots Oh, those are pretty good bios though. And he has no banelings, but I don't think it's enough. Already these units here being very cost effective. You even see the bios killing the warp prison. And every single probe goes down. That should be about it. He's not gonna kill. Yeah, doesn't matter. He had to recall there just to save a Nexus. Oh man. Alright. Well, that's okay. We do see at least Hupside now gets a fairly easy matchup, or easier than Bioace. Bioace is never easy. Should be versus Mutagene. Should be versus Mutagene. And Siegfried and Darabu. Let's see what happens with this. So Darabu, yeah, I was walked over. I'm just gonna give Darabu a walkover here, and then Reaper another walkover. Okay, cool. So now Hopsai is up against Mutagene. I believe Mutagene's still probably hanging out somewhere. Actually, he might have ditched. I'm not really sure where he is now. So we do see BioEyes versus Zeomech coming up. I believe no one's casting that right now, so I might want to cast it. Let's see. I just want to confirm Future is still in the tournament. He is in a not sure. Muta's here. Wait, Starkiller. I thought he was eliminated. Maybe not. Just directing the tournament. Starkiller does appear. He is going. Oh wait, is Mutagene here now? No, Starkiller's in a lobby though. Why is it Starkiller? Mutagene was here, but isn't anymore. Oh. Wait a minute. They're talking about yeah, if you look at the bracket right now, Hupsea is gonna verse the winner of Starkiller versus Mutagene. He was probably confused because I already updated that match to say Mutagene was the winner, but then I reopened it because Starkiller is here and Mutagene's not here. The bracket switcheroo. Yes, it did. What I need to do now is... What is this fucking... Oh boy. Probably just find somebody to cast. I could go BioIce. I do kind of want to follow, you know, the lower level players, but that's okay. BioIce does look like he started his game, so I'm not going to bother him and Zeomech too much. It's probably going to be Hupsea versus Mutagene. I need to rest my voice and get a drink, so I'm just going to turn my mic off and play some music. 1 sec. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Please hit the follow button. Alright, we're back here with Starkiller versus Hupsea. And, oh, looks like, holy shit, the tabs. Alright, gonna start on Acid Plant here. This is a best of one in the lower bracket between a Protoss player and a Zerg player. Hupsea is the guy that we have been casting this entire tournament, as he had a pretty close game too if he didn't make so many mistakes. And that was against BioIce of all people. We do get to see how well he gets to play now versus Starkiller, who's another pretty good Zerg player. So this might be a close one here. Do you see that scout coming it down from Hupsea? The Starkiller doesn't want any funny business, so he's going to scout himself. Ooh, interesting. Is this going to be a gateway? It is going to be a gateway. So very standard opening coming out from Hupsea. as he does send his probe straight across the map. Interesting that none of the Protoss players are willing to take a risk. It could be anything, I suppose. It could be a cannon rush. Oh, Starkiller with the hatch block. This is what. Oh, I forgot to switch the scenes. I am so sorry. As you will see a slight delay of my stream switching, but now we get to see how well he defends here. As he does pull 6 probes here to kill this hatchery here that Starkiller threw down. I don't think this is gonna be an all-in because he is getting another hatchery behind it. This seems like it's more of a trick than anything. We still don't see a pool. This is simply to delay the production of probes and to delay the mining of these 6 probes here. I think we're gonna see a cancel any second really. As oh, he makes another evolution chamber. It's also to delay the Nexus, which is still not down. And that was super well played there by Starkiller. I think that would be worth it for anybody. Although it did delay his pool, so its pools are going to be a lot later. But that's pretty much fine with, I'm sure that's fine. And he even takes the extractor. Very well played. Starkiller is doing everything perfectly. Finally, the Nexus goes down. I don't know if we're going to see a stalker here. I don't think he has time to kill this. But I do think this is a mistake, as you don't want... Okay, he is going to move it to the high ground. There we go. And as soon as that dies, Hopsea can take his gas here. And extractor's down. BioIce versus Zeomech. No, this one is actually just Hopsea versus Starkiller. As BioIce and Zeomech started a game, and I never got into their lobby. So finally, though, alright, we're gonna see this pylon go down. Oh, that adept there could be very effective at killing drones. He forces an entire stream of drones to just turn around there, actually. That is insane. We do see this adept probably gonna be going down here. Actually, you know what? It gets away. Very nice, as Hopsea still keeps the adept alive. I think he's pretty happy about not losing it. Although, one more hit and it will go down, as he does need to run for his life. He's gonna be scouting this third base. If he lets it finish, that is dead adept. That was a mistake. Definitely could have waited as speed. It would have caught the adept, but it would have been a little bit later. Would have lived, maybe even kills a Zergling. Who knows? But immediately we'd see a Phoenix starting up. Hopsea not too far behind this game, actually. See, normally, do change scene, but I like radio broadcasts. Yeah, I know, I was a little bit late. Well, it is fine now, though. Let's see, I believe it's fine, yeah. Okay. Anyway. Starkiller with the Overlord going down. Hopsea is going to saturate his gases any second if he remembers. Slightly taking a while to do this. Either way, getting 2 Overlords is pretty good. And interesting that he got a second Phoenix. I have no idea what's up with that. He is probably just gonna... Okay, he's going double Stargate Phoenix. That actually makes sense now. Although, if he's going double Stargate Phoenix, why does he have no gas? And oh my god, he has 1,000 minerals. Hopsea has 1,000 minerals. Okay, he just spent some. He should probably take a third Nexus any second. We do see these scouting Phoenixes just hunting for Overlords, anything they can find. Little do they know, this is the only one that they could probably get at this point in time. I think actually Starkiller knows exactly what's going on, as he gets additional spores at every single base, which is going to be very annoying to play against. I wonder though, does he start lifting immediately? I believe he should do that. Hopsea is on top of it. Although, I don't like how he's so committed to Phoenixes. With this kind of defense, it does look like it's pretty impenetrable. What I'm wondering, okay, we're just seeing the Hydra death go down. There wasn't a great opportunity to pick off units before, but now he can pick off Hydras. That can be his target. Of course, Zerglings are not efficient at all. The good thing about Hup's position, I suppose, is that Zerglings aren't able to break in a wall very easily, so he doesn't have to worry about that kind of aggression, and it does indicate how far behind Starkiller is in tech. He's just finally getting down a Hydra Den. He's not even fully saturated on his minerals. And Hopsea is floating at the same supply, approximately. He might actually just lift the Zerglings because he has nothing to lift. This is a big problem as a Phoenix player. You're committing to a lot of units and you're not making progress in any other area of your economy, so you better be doing something. He's actually gonna... Starkiller's killing everything. Starkiller killed all of the Zealots. Very well played. We should see... where's the Templar Archive? I don't know. I'd like to see Templar Archive into charge any second now. This is kind of ridiculous, actually. Because once you get charge out, then it's way better. Versus Zerglings, as each single charge of the Zealot does a certain amount of damage. Also, it's much faster, and they don't get surrounded as easily in large numbers. See, this is so many Zealots to not have charge. It's almost a trick at this point in time. Very nice micro. He doesn't lose a single Phoenix, gets a lot of them very low. I'm still concerned by the future of the tech, right? Starkiller doesn't have the best tech, but Hup, on the other hand, has even worse tech, as he loses 2 Phoenixes for free against a lot of Hydralisks. The good thing is he does have sentries to do force fields. So this game is by no means over. If all of these Hydras do get caught out of position, you know, this actually could be very good, and that's a lot of sentries. I don't like how, I don't know, sentries are sometimes bad against Hydras if the Hydras are fully upgraded. But as you can see, these Hydras don't have some of their upgrades, and they might all go down here, but he needs to not lose the sentries, and he's probably going to start picking up Hydras. This is fine. This is a good way to not lose sentries, I suppose. But he still lost pretty much every single sentry. It's not even done losing units. There's Zealots. These are going to help a lot. Very nice micro to pull back the Legion Immortal. And you know what? Hopsea's doing it. He's actually defending, but he still doesn't have charge. And Protoss without charge, but a lot of Zealots. Well, what are you doing with your life there? You're just risking dying to a lot of Banelings and even Hydras, or anything that can kite. Zealots are pretty slow when they don't have charge. Now I'm suddenly worried for Hopsea again, as his Phoenixes are way out of position. He doesn't have very many force fields, and he just lost an Immortal, essentially for free. He might even lose this entire force of Immortals, which would be devastating for him. Yeah, he just loses 2 more. The Banelings are going to crash on the Zealots, and all of the probes here are exposed, which might be creepy, as there's just not enough Phoenixes to lift with everything. Eventually, we're going to see the Phoenixes start to die. Finally, charge is on the way. Hopsea must be kicking himself for this. Not having charge at this stage in the game is almost unforgivable. You don't really have much of a chance if you don't have charge. Although, the Hydras are finally dying, I don't think that it's worth the trade of this many probes. kind of has to, otherwise he would lose the Immortals. But he already lost one anyway, and a Phoenix, just to top it off. This amount of Zerglings is pretty unstoppable at this point in time. So I do think it's going to be GG. But we just got to see what happens. This is a best of 1, so the winner of this game will go to face Tur, which I don't know if he's here. If Tur is here, that's good. Oh. Another attack coming on from Starkiller. This might be the last fight. I think it will be. Really great. As Hafsea concedes. Starkiller does move on to fight another day. Oh, I'm tired, man. Ooh, it looks like Future did finish his game, which means he's probably going to be up against Game Time very shortly. Game Time, it says he's in a game right now. Future might be oh man. Hafsea is saying charge doesn't help in those scenarios. I totally disagree with you, Hafsea. If you're listening, I'm sorry, but charge slots are excellent against Hydras, and especially excellent when you're getting kited. Also, charge is an increase in damage. It's basically like getting like 2 free Protoss upgrades. Like, your Zealots now have attack, they surround things. It's just, it's worth 100. As we see, maybe I should just change the screen right now. Alright, I'll just do that to save you guys from the salt of Hafsea. We do have our next series hopefully coming shortly. Is Tur here? I don't know if Tur is here. Oh, Tur is here, actually. But Future is in a game. Let's see. I don't know if Future's playing, like, Game Time. Probably not, though. Let's see. Refresh the bracket. We do see Spear versus BioAce. That hasn't started. I'd love to get into that one. It looks like it has started as of 2 minutes ago. I'm just barely missing all of these games. Sorry. I don't get to cast the best of the best here, but we are casting the entire tournament, and we will be casting the finals. So that's good, at least. You guys get to see the way this tournament concludes if you don't see some of the upper bracket. In case you guys are wondering, Hafsea is still salty. Oh man. Alright, let's see. Who else do we have that's still in the tournament? We do have Zeomech, a pretty good player, against Mimiron. I don't know if Mimiron's actually here right now. Hopefully those two are playing, considering I don't see Zeomech right now. Alright, I'm just gonna throw it to a quick break, guys. Thanks for watching as usual. Sorry about some of my streaming fails, as Barbarossa pointed out. I know, I'm still getting used to this. Let's say. And yeah, Barbarossa actually very nice job. As that he's one of our players from the tournament. Barbarossa actually took out Farm Cakes. Farm Cakes is a very good Zerg player, also known as Hunta. That's cool. So he's still in the tournament. Alright, I'm gonna throw it to a quick break. Again, thanks for watching. Alright, it does look like we're back here and getting started with our next series, and it should be a good one. It's going to be Game Time versus Future. Now that these two players, both seasoned veterans at this point in time, they're excellent players. Actually, let me just update Team Liquid just to advertise how good this match really is. If we go to edit matches, we should be able to add a match here between Future and Game Time. Alright, update. There we go. And this should, again, this should be a very good best of 3. I'm gonna get water one short moment, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back here, and ready to go. As we see, spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Blue Shift LE is our red Terran player, Future. Now, Future of Terran, aka Future, is probably one of the best North American Terran players there is, if not the best. I think he is going for that spot right now. The only players that would stand in his way for being the very best could be someone like Semper or Masa. Also, Special technically is North American, as Mexico is part of North America, so I guess he has a couple there. But if you look at the North American ladder, and the players that are actually in North America, as Special is in Korea, and, you know, Semper also, well, recently traveled around, not outside of North America, but anyway. Basically, yeah, Future it's up there with the best. He's right now ranked like 2nd on the North American ladder. That's insane. Like, just a few months ago, actually, you go back like 6 or 7 months, I played like a 1 versus 1 with Future, and that was when I was refining my 2-base Hydra, and actually worked. Like, I was like, oh, I took a game off of Future, but that would never happen. Like, he's gotten so incredibly good, and I don't know, it's just I haven't versed him lately because his MMR is too high, so I never run into Future these days. He's improved a lot faster than a lot of other players have. And Game Time, you can also say he's another up-and-comer. He's been around a lot longer, but at the same time, there was a time when I remember Game Time also getting good quickly, and that was around 2 years ago at DreamHack Austin. He made his first, I think, one of the first appearances that he was, you know, actually expected to, like, place well in, or at least do decently in right now. And as crazy as it is, I think that Game Time is not favored here. I think Future does have an edge, but I wouldn't be surprised, as these two players have a history. Game Time does come out victorious every now and then. Losing a drone for free, that's not a good start. But, oh well. As, getting started here, this one Reaper is being super annoying, and already has a kill. Might get more. Surprised that Game Time opted not to surround it. I guess he knew that his link speed was almost done and that he could kill it that way. So that's not so bad. If we look at the base of Future over here, we do see a stim coming down. So it's going to be Bioplay. And it's probably also going to be 2 medevacs coming out of the starport immediately for the 2-1-1 build. And that's going to be a fairly nicely timed build, 2-1-1. But just got to see how Game Time handles this. He's not gotten a layer just yet. The best way to handle this is probably mass queens and either like 5 roaches or, you know, a good number of lings as well. And I'm really surprised that he's droning up so heavily. 51 workers is a lot of drones. And it's it's actually difficult to hold anything off when you have that many. Of course, he is making Lings on time right now, so this isn't too bad for game time as long as he doesn't, you know, completely make too many Lings. But this attack is so hard. It's hitting exactly at 5 minutes, so it's just perfectly timed, like I said. And he supply blocks game time, but he's gonna have to pick up eventually. He's trading so efficiently right now. It's actually insane how efficient this is. That, you know, all of the healing going down, being very effective, as well as the Marines themselves just get maximum value. Sorry, I'm not sure if I was talking into the mic, but as you saw, that was excellent pullback as soon as that medevac started getting targeted by game time, and so he did save the maximum amount of stuff in general. You know, maybe you could have gotten that queen, like this one's super low, but it was very, very smoothly done, and I think this is also defended better than I would have defended it. I'm pretty sure I would have lost in that situation. Game time did have a pretty good surround, and the fact that he macroed so well right before this to get 51 drones and still be able to defend the 2-on-1 without any problems is a pretty impressive feat in and of itself. So we do see another 16 Marine hit squad. I believe that's 16. And this is going to be... Is that tanks? Yeah, it is. It's going to be very difficult to fend off. As we do see, those two siege tanks are going to be so good in this position that he's going to have to sack the space, I'm guessing, because as soon as the Lings engage, the siege tanks can just shell upon them super heavily. It's going to be difficult. And that's just GG immediately. It was too much damage done initially, and then on top of that damage was the siege tank follow-up push, which was just like, you know, deadly as it gets when you're working only with the Zerglings, you know, and Marines are already good against those in high numbers. So that same push used to be very common as a follow-up to the 2-on-1 build on Catalyst, which is a map that is no longer in the map pool, but will be missed as one of the great standard maps in StarCraft 2, I'd say. And that was just such a sick execution of the 2-on-1 build. So just got to see what our next game is going to be. I'm guessing, you know, this is after Vetoes, right? So we got to see what they decide to host. I'm also going to check on the bracket real fast, as I believe Spear did take out BioAce 2-0. Wow. So Spear's in another semifinals. Starkiller does get a walkover with Tur, and then Reaper and Rexrot are playing right now, as are Zeomech and Barbarossa. So that should advance the lower bracket shortly, as we should be seeing our next game loaded very soon, as Game Time invites me to Fracture. So should be fun. Fracture is a very tiny map, and we might see the same build or like similar stuff coming out of Future, the red Terran player. Let's see, these two are probably ready, just getting started into this game, as Fracture LE is our next map. Very tiny ice map here for this best of 3, as we know that Future is one game up with very strong 2-on-1, extremely standard stuff, but Game Time just couldn't fend it off, and this just goes to show you how well you can play at the upper levels and how effective you can make every single unit, like Beyond, you know. And when you're that good, then you can make some things happen that don't look possible, or, you know, shouldn't be able to happen necessarily. But anyway, we just see Game Time going for a fast pool, which is a good choice on this map, which is so tiny. But I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm curious if he gets a gas. This is gonna be a serious all-in. If he doesn't, it's simply gonna be a fast Ling rush to go cancel a base. He does get a gas. This looks like it will be a very quick Ravager rush. Oh, this is exciting. I just tried this on this map not too long ago, and I failed, but I'm not sure I executed the build correctly anyway, as now I see when you take the gases. I was also doing a 14 full Ravager rush. It was a little slow, and the opponent had like 2 bunkers at the top of their map. It was like GG as soon as I got there. I mean, I took down like 1 bunker with an Overlord. Spotting. This Overlord, by the way, is incredibly important for game time if he wants to make this work. It does need to park itself in the perfect position for him to defend. If he goes for a low ground CC, this might be very bad. He hasn't scouted yet, so we do have to see how he reacts to this. He's just going to go for the low ground CC. This is super bad. Game time knows what he's doing as well. He's going to have enough for 3 roaches immediately. Although he did have to make an Overlord slightly strangely timed. So his larva is not going to line up, but I think he's going to be okay with this as he makes the... Yeah, he's making another roach now. He doesn't need a queen just yet. This Overlord, incredibly important. It might be a tell that this Overlord's going right here instead of going to the front of the base like you would see most Overlords go. I don't know if we're going to see him react properly to this. We do see a factory going down. This is what you need. You need a Cyclone, and you probably need a bunker as well. But you know what? This Reaper does finally spot the Ravagers, who are taking their time going all the way around, just making sure they can kill the Reaper because there aren't any queens at home. It's very important they kill that. But oh man, if this isn't going to be difficult, I don't know what is. Like, he has to walk all the way across the map, and this Overlord is going to supply block him. It's going down. He has absolutely no way to spot this bunker unless he runs up the ramp. There's already going to be 3 Marines, if not 4 Marines very shortly. This is already looking good for future. I was a little afraid for him at first because he did make the low ground CC with no SCV scout, but right now everything is going as planned. Losing 1 SCV is fine. He already did damage to the Ravager quite a bit, and Future might even poke down with these Marines as he doesn't want to lose the CC like he's going to if he's not careful. That's actually already burning. That's really scary. That CC might go down. If the CC goes down, he can start thinking about macroing up, or at least... Oh no, he just ran up and lost 2 Ravagers! Oh, GG. As he knows that without the Overlord, getting supply block is devastating, and there's no way to really break that bunker, as the Marines could have just danced away back and forth the entire time. So, very well played. The next series we're going to cast is probably Starkiller versus Reaper. I'm just going to jump straight into his game. Hopefully that'll be a short best of 1 and then advancing our lower bracket. Yeah, these 2 players are probably almost ready. Damn, it looks like Future might forfeit here, as he does want to play in, I believe that's a Russian tournament. I have no idea what he's talking about. If that's the Regenerate Weekly? Oh, BSTL is going on. I don't know. Oh, oh, maybe not. Apparently there's a Russian tournament now that's like not on Team Liquid. Well, that's really sad because I really wanted to see Future versus Spear, but at least we get Starkiller versus Reaper and see what we get for the finals after that. Might be Starkiller versus Spear, but it is sad that Future is actually in like 4 different tournaments today. So Platy-pro's not very high on his priority list, as yeah, he's probably gonna forfeit the entire thing. That sucks. But it's also understandable if there's a higher caliber tournament. Usually you're gonna do that. Reaper is gonna do some crazy all in here, and let's see. We gotta see if Starkiller decides to be greedy here. I have no idea what his game plan is for the series. Although he does go pool first, this is already a good start. The only thing he needs to do now is spot that drone, because if that drone gets a spine crawler down, it could be very bad for Starkiller, obviously. So we just gotta see if that occurs, you know, what his reaction is gonna be like. But it looks like it's just kind of a scout, or at least he's pretending it's a scout. But we do see what is happening. Is he okay? He is gonna make units. He actually is just scouting. Wow, what the heck? Alright, this puts Reaper in a very bad position. He's going to be behind for the rest of the game if this is how it is. Obviously, his Ling's going all the way across the map just to, you know, run into a hatchery with, you know, Ling reinforcements. It's going to put Starkiller so far economically ahead, and absolutely no damage in return, and not even the scout was very helpful. Not to mention the fact that Reaper doesn't even have gas right now. So everything is going badly for Reaper. But Starkiller doesn't know about this yet. He might have to turn around. That's good that he forced at least some damage to happen. He doesn't get to move out himself. But it's not even going to cancel the hatch. So, very unfortunate for Reaper. Simply not getting a very good build order against what Starkiller decided to open with, which is a very safe pool first. And speed is on the way. So Starkiller ahead on workers, pretty much tied in army. And Starkiller has a queen out, or 2 queens, basically, versus the 1 queen of Reaper. Yeah, interesting. Starkiller just taking an early lead here. But a trade goes down that doesn't necessarily favor Starkiller. Interesting to fight there. We probably will see a very aggressive Ling Bane attack here coming out, as some of the Lings from Starkiller are gathering up and hiding to make Banelings, and he's gonna start those Baneling cocoons right now. So not too bad here for Starkiller. He's gonna have a lot of units, but you know, this is actually up against a very defensive Zerg right now. He might not be able to break through. Starkiller's non-stop Ling production. So, you know what, this isn't that bad right now. I would like to see this last queen get over here, if he remembers. But, you know what, he actually defends for now. He needs to save this queen really badly, but he loses it. And that could be bad. He still hasn't pulled his last queen yet. So, actually, Starkiller does look like he's going to break through. It's really unfortunate because that was a pretty good defense for most of it. But he simply didn't have the numbers. He needs to fight with his Lings. And he's still going to lose the queen. Oh no, that's too much damage happening. The Banelings did get the full necessary connections they needed to finish off the game. And we might just be seeing a GG here as the last few drones go down. So that's pretty crazy. You know, if I qualify, it's like... So yeah, okay, so Future's saying if he qualifies, he gets 100 plus, and there's a 7k prize pool. That is very significant. I don't blame I don't blame the choice of future there. But yeah, Reaper does get the 8th place prize, which is $2.50, and Starkiller advances to the next round. And if he beats BioIce, he does get $5 for that 3rd, 4th place as well. So now, at this point in time, we're gonna probably cast BioIce versus Starkiller, unless Game Time is ready to go. Actually, he might be. I don't know where Zeomech went. If Zeomech is not here, Game Time, of course, will take. If Zeomech's not here, of course, Game Time will be able to advance. So yeah, alright. Just gotta see. You know, so Marine King, or Future, did forfeit that one. If he has time to play, he might come back for the finals, and we can hope for that. But we don't know yet. So, depending if Marine King has time, we could see him make a reappearance here. Just gotta see though. I think I'm about to get kicked out of Grandmaster League here, as I have, like, I'm exactly at 180 in the last 20 drop. Damn, that's unfortunate. I should play, like, 1v1. But Game Time's in a custom, so he's actually probably already playing Zeomech. Starkiller versus Starkiller is against BioIce. Is BioIce here? Alright, I'm going to just join his game. Just chilling in the lobby. We're gonna jump to a short break as I need to take a drink. But I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. And please hit the follow button if you have not already. And see you in the next game.
in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Alright. Thank you guys for waiting. For all those who stuck around, I think we're about to start our next game, finally. Our next game on Fracture LE, which is a very tiny map, as we all know. This map is the smallest map in the map pool. Now we get to see how these two Zerg players do on it. So like historically speaking, Starkiller is a Zerg to favor like two base, like Roach kind of play, although he is very capable of doing anything. And Game Time, on the other hand, is more of a Ling Baneling kind of player who does like his three bases. So we gotta see how this changes on such a small map. I do think like a two-base style could work. You can wall off this choke with just 3 buildings or 2 buildings and a queen. So yeah, you could be pretty defensive like that. As we get started into this game, not too much is happening, except Starkiller actually did opt for an early pool. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a 12 pool meant to cancel a hatchery, but Game Time is not falling for it. He's not going for a hatch first. He's actually getting a pool first and also gas. So this seems like it would be a very good counter to what Starkiller's doing. We just gotta see how these two players do on the map. It's gonna be a little tricky for Starkiller to do any damage here when he doesn't have any speed or gas on the way. He might get a faster hatch. Nope, not even that. This is looking dicey as, you know what, this Overlord hasn't spotted the links. Now it has though. So immediately we should see Zerglings, but Game Time hasn't made any yet, interestingly. I don't really agree with the Baneling Nest here. I think that you need to save this hatch here, but this hatch seems like it's going to die. And these lings could not be out any quicker. This hatch is taking so much damage right now, and if microed properly, it should be a cancel. There should not be anything he can do to save this, and indeed, it's cancelled. Just like that. That does sort of favor Starkiller. I didn't think it would look like that, but game time, not having seen the lings quickly and also being a little greedy with the droning, didn't make any lings at all to defend. And just like he's already gotten a cancel, so like this is already doing some amount of work here, and it's not bad. The only problem I see now is he's probably not gonna cancel again. Actually, you know what? This is an excellent trade. That's an excellent trade. But yeah, he's not going to cancel it again, and also the gas is not going in his favor. If you look at the workers, he's up 4 workers, but he's not going to have speed, and game time's flooding out lings right now, which could be extremely effective. Starkiller does have a spine crawler, but he's going to move it to the natural. Should be in a good defensive posture. Starkiller has the queen count that he wants to have, actually, which is going to be super dangerous for game time. And you know what? I actually kind of like this for Starkiller. I don't think he's going to die here, but he might still take some damage. I think this will be a full wall at the end of the day, though. And that's going to be very difficult to break. I don't know what Starkiller's doing here. He's losing lings for free. At least he does get the wall up, though. I don't know what he's doing at all, actually. But I like this. Starkiller's actually ahead right now. As long as he doesn't lose to a ling run by. And I don't think he's going to. The only thing I don't like from Starkiller is he's losing Zerglings for free. He's kind of supply blocked. And he might actually scout a Spire, which would be huge, but I don't know. Game time hasn't chosen his tech yet. He's actually going into an evolution chamber. That's super weird, though. Starkiller already with his evolution chamber down. He should be probably getting an upgrade soon. This used to be favoring Starkiller. I'm not sure I like it anymore too much. Starkiller is without a lair, and he doesn't really have any advantages. But game time made a lair without any tech from a lair. So that's super strange. That must have been a misclick. Like, did he mean to get Burrow? I have no idea. Game time is getting +1 ranged, which means he's going to throw down his own Roach War, and Starkiller getting it about the same time, but doesn't have the lair. So it's pretty close, right? But why is Starkiller not get like this lair is so late, and Game Time's lair was so early? Both of them not using ideal builds by any means. But if there's a third base coming down, that's gonna favor Starkiller. I think he might. No, he's not even able to take it. So Game Time with an earlier third base too. Huh. Okay. It looks to me like Game Time's ahead in every way except for the workers, which do favor Starkiller. So at least Starkiller has the worker advantage, but he doesn't have the tech advantage yet, as both players will get their armor at the same time, and that's gonna be useless with that many transfuses. Hopefully we do see that. Okay. Interesting, the Roach speed was super delayed by Game Time because his lair was too early. He couldn't do anything. So Starkiller actually starts his Roach speed at approximately the same time. It's just a little slower, which is fine. And Starkiller has had a better income for the majority of the game, so suddenly his position's really not that bad. It's still a precarious situation, and he could lose to something silly here. But we don't really know yet. So I don't think this amount of roaches is enough to break Game Time, but at least it's going to force out more units. Those are not drones, and hopefully he gets away here. That would be a very silly way to lose. He does get away, and I don't think he's going to commit. That's so many roaches here. He's going to lose a roach for free. Oh, the roach speed is going to finish from Game Time, and he's going to chase the army down. He needs to run away right now. This is super bad. Game Time finishes road speed, and he's chasing the army, just like I predicted would happen. Actually, he backs off, sort of as a gift, almost. He's sort of respecting the numbers of Starkiller, who's just finished his road speed, so now there's no advantage. Both of them have the same exact army, basically. I don't like this by Starkiller. It's so precarious, so dangerous. He might try for a double-pronged attack here, but I don't really think he's going to do very much damage. And Starkiller still has more workers, which is pretty good for him. But he splits off the perfect amount of units, and it looks like Starkiller is going to be fine here. He just needs to run away right now, otherwise it's going to be bad news bears. He does have a much smaller army right now, and if Game Time just runs across the map, it's going to be tough to defend. But Starkiller does have an upgrade advantage coming in very shortly as well. So if you get, I would like to see that low roach turn into a Ravager, or at least transfuse it. But there we go, transfused. Does he have vision? I don't think Starkiller knows that the army is flanking him like this, which it's actually okay. It could have gone very badly, but these two upgrades need to finish right now. Actually, Starkiller is going to have Burrow, which is pretty nice in this situation. I don't like how much he's revealed Burrow, essentially, though. Game Time doing the same run by Starkiller did, killing drones, which is not good for Starkiller. I do sort of like the position of Starkiller in general, having a better tech and upgrade lead. Game Time thinks he's cool with his +2 finishing, but Starkiller's has been done for a long time. Well, at least a few seconds. But I don't know how much this Burrow's going to help him, as he hasn't chosen any units to harass yet. He might get a few really nice picks, actually, coming down on this army. As Starkiller starts his +1 armor faster, it does look like in every single way, except for army size, Starkiller is ahead. And you know what? This Burrow Roach thing could be really nasty as well. If Game Time is not completely on top of this, he needs an Overseer now. He should have seen the Burrow tech a long time ago as well. Losing several roaches for free. He's gonna lose 6 more roaches for free. Not good at all. He's trying to do something with the Burrow, but he's not actually burrowing. He's just running them. He might as well not have Burrow if he's not going to use it. I would burrow them now. There we go, finally. He does burrow them. I would burrow these guys too. Okay, now he's using Burrow. So this is good on paper. Starkiller does have the worker advantage like he has had all game long. And, you know, this is actually a very sick play coming out from Starkiller. I don't see Game Time defending all too easily. There's still roaches everywhere. There's significantly less drones in general for Game Time. He's fallen way behind, actually. Game Time is so far behind, but it might not matter if Starkiller loses his entire army. His army is gonna get that armor upgrade, but he doesn't have. Does he have enough to actually defend at home? I don't know. Is really what this is like? If he can't defend at home, then he's definitely gonna fall eventually. Those are really nice bios though from Starkiller, and I don't think Game Time has enough. So this might just be a fast victory for Starkiller. He does need to get those transfuses down ASAP. Starkiller is losing a lot, but he has an upgraded advantage right now. And Game Time has almost no workers at home. Everything is going in Starkiller's favor, except for the army supply, which is actually, you know what, even that's going in Starkiller's favor. Oh, a perfect Burrow micro there to save those roaches. GG. Wow, the best of one goes to Starkiller, and he's able to move on. Wow, what an insane game. And if Future's not around to defend his title, I believe Starkiller moves straight to the finals. Let me just refresh the bracket to check on that. Yeah, so that would be the case. Let me just message Future just really fast. So yeah, Starkiller is gonna face either Future or Spear, and if Spear forfeits, yeah, it looks like it's just gonna go straight to Starkiller. I'm just gonna put it on a small break once again, and update the Team Liquid. So yeah, I'll be right back when the next game is about to start, as I am a solo casting, so I do need to take breaks every now and then. Alright, be right back.
We'll grow in number, fueled by
Alright, we're back here with... And we actually got the finals that we wanted. Currently, we are going to start a best of 5 with Future and Spear. Such a cool opportunity to cast these guys. I didn't think that it would work out, but it did work out in the end. Future was in another event and thought he wasn't going to be able to play, but lucky for us, he is able to play, and we're going to have a TVT. So, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Acid Plant, one of our older maps, and fairly standard, is our Red Terran player, Future. He's very young, up-and-coming American Terran player that is currently ranked like 2 on the ladder. He's just super talented. And spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Acid Plant is our blue Terran player, Spear. And another great player. Spear has totally dominated in a one-sided fashion, I'd say, the Platy-pro Weekly over the past several weeks. I think he's up to... He has at least 5, probably more victories, like overall wins in Platy-pro Weekly. That's, you know, that's over $100. I'm fairly certain he has more, and he might have a couple second places thrown in there too. I haven't really had the greatest chance to keep track of that lately. He's just, you know, dominating the scene, and it's really cool to watch him succeed like that. So yeah, if you're just now joining me, thanks for watching. This is the 37th Platy-pro Weekly, obviously, and now we get to see who's going to come out on top this week. Is it going to be Future, who you don't get to see too often because he finds himself busy with a lot of other things, or is it actually going to be our standard Korean, you know, Terran player who's doing so well in OSC and other tournaments? Spear, I don't know. These two Reapers exactly pretty much in the middle of the map, gonna run into each other, and just a couple pokes back and forth. Oh my gosh, the SCV from Spear has a kill. It killed the Reaper of Future as it wasn't able to get out of the path. That would have been a very significant victory for Future if that SCV didn't kill it. But at the same time, he does get to kill the SCV, which does put Future in the smallest of leads here, as he has his Reaper, second Reaper, coming straight out. Meanwhile, the reactor was building the entire time when that Reaper was building, so Spear actually does have a lead on that. He gets those Marines a little bit faster. He's also getting a Widow Mine on the way, and he has already thrown down his starport at this point in time as well. So that's pretty cool. This Reaper, I guess, took a little bit of damage, and he also got the opportunity to deal 2 hits of damage. Oh, he's just gonna scout and sacrifice himself. Well, that works too. He will see a reactor barracks. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Future is actually reactoring out Cyclones. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, he's reactoring at Cyclones, so it's gonna be a mech versus bio situation here, I think. And Spear with a medevac full of Marines and 1 Widow Mine might do a lot of damage if he gets the opportunity to drop it behind mineral lines, kill a lot of SCVs that way. Or is he gonna fight up straight up? I don't think he can take on 2 Cyclones, so no, he is just harassing. But if the Widow Mine gets some splash damage, those Marines could do a hell of a lot of damage by just, you know, by just doing their job. You know, that's what they do. Marines just wreck things. That Widow Mine does go off, and it's gonna allow Spear to get one kill, maybe? No, not even 1 kill. Oh my gosh. That's a disaster for Spear, who didn't get too much in return, but it did deny the mining time. Future didn't bring his units back as soon as possible, which would have been nice, because that was a couple hundred minerals at least, but it was just a very efficient trade coming out from Future. And Spirit sends a Banshee straight across the map. Let's see how much damage this guy does. I don't know if he has Cloak. Yes, yeah, so Cloak is actually about to finish here, which will make this Banshee very successful. Let's see how many kills he gets though. There's some missile turret though. You really can't do much against that. I guess on the other hand, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. It should be shut down fairly quickly by the medevac with some 2 Cyclones. Can easily shoo away any Banshees that make their way here. It might cost a scan, but a scan for a Banshee is a trade I'd take any day. He does have to be careful about this Cyclone. Oh, that's another free unit for the Future. He's playing incredibly well right now. He's about to land a 3rd orbital command when Spear's orbital is not even, or his command center is not even finished. So this is going to give Future an economic lead who's already had on workers, and the army is exactly even. The only thing is these Banshees do give a certain amount of map control, which is pretty valuable. That's the only thing that Spear really has going for him, and he might even lose one. I don't know. I don't think he... Yeah, he can get away. He just cloaks and gets out of there. But, yeah, Future was prepared at the end of the day. That's the story that you see here with these missile turrets. And the fact that that first drop with the medevac and Marines with a single Widow Mine didn't get very much damage done, Future is playing incredibly well. And he has taken a great lead in this game here. As we see 2 medevacs flying out, and I don't know if they're gonna go straight there or, you know, what's gonna happen, but Future has 2 Liberators, and these guys could do so much damage. One of them could just cover the entire mineral line, and the second one also lands, kills several SCVs, and it forces an auto turret, but he just simply runs away and goes somewhere else. And the same Liberator sets up here. It's gonna kill another SCV and just back up. Future playing so well. Double Liberator harass, and he doesn't even get out of the way fast enough on this side. I think this one's dead, but yeah, Future is just a monster right now. Let's see what happens. So Spear's gonna go straight north to the upper right, just go around the corner, see if he can kill maybe a 4th base that's building, but there is no such base there yet, and actually there's probably not going to be for quite a while. So this army here, not doing a whole lot of damage. It's just gonna try to attack here, but is it really gonna walk into 4 siege tanks? 2 of them aren't sieged. This could be an opportunity. If he sieges in between the bases, this allows his Marines to get some damage done. I don't know though. He does have a pretty good defensive posture, and there's still, what is that, 4 Cyclones? 3 Cyclones and 2 Hellions? That's pretty effective force here. And the Banshee finally goes down, but not before doing a fair amount of damage. Let's see if he uses those interference matrices. He does get them both off. And this is insanely valuable for Spear, who takes out both tanks, and suddenly Spear might be actually in trouble, or Future might be in trouble here as he loses those first tanks that were so valuable defending the natural, and he has to go through 5 tanks of Spear. That's never gonna happen. He actually might lose the game here if he can't hold on. His counterattack is actually getting cleaned up too on the other side, which means in every single way, pretty much every single way, Future is behind right now, and he doesn't even have a 4th base on the way, whereas he has a 4th orbital. He loses both medevacs on the retreat. Oh, this is a disaster, as the Liberators do get some free shots actually, which is very nice. He kills up all the tanks. But you know, that does give Future a small army supply lead. But actually, that makes it even workers. But Spear has the army supply lead, and when you're even workers versus and you're a base down at the same time, that's not good either. At least the only good thing about this is Spear doesn't quite have it ready yet, his base ready, but I think this is going to be too much damage. This might just be GG right here. And Spear takes an overwhelming army supply lead. GG. And one more game. And this would actually be this would actually be Spear winning again, because Future is in the lower bracket, as he had to forfeit to Spear earlier, as Spear was or as Future had another event to play in. So actually this could be very bad, depending on whether Future is gonna take any maps off Spear. He needs to take 3 in a row, and that's no easy feat against someone as good as Spear is. Just have to see now how it goes, I guess. Spear, let's see, looks like they're in game now. So I'm gonna join off Future here. Was Spear in the game? Not. Yeah, Spear's not there yet. I'll join now. That way Future can just start the game immediately. It's a little exciting. It's also a little sad that Future has been playing so many games today, so he might be a little bit tired out. Not quite ready, not quite playing up to par, but he still showed a pretty good game there, and he had an excellent opening. He was caught off guard by an attack that nobody saw doing a whole ton of damage. I didn't think it was going to be that effective against so many siege tanks, but the fact that Future's tanks were out of position and he didn't see the army coming, and Spear was able to cut the natural and third base and wedge his army right there. It was pretty close, and just got to see what the next game has in store here between these two great players. Spawning in the upper right hand corner of Blue Shift LE is Future, and spawning in the lower left hand corner of Blue Shift LE is Spear. So it looks like Spear is going to open up with the barracks standard. I guess it's going to be 2 Reapers again. Neither player really wants to take a risk like what would what happened on the GSL last night. I don't know if anybody was watching in that insane TBT between Maro and TY, but Maro basically proxied every single time, or at least almost every time. It was all but one game, and he ended up winning, but it was not after TY exhibited some excellent control and defenses of the proxies. So it wasn't an entirely one-sided ordeal, as this game is hopefully not going to be either. Future looked like he could have taken that last game, but he did mess up his army control and positioning just a little bit, and even though he did get ahead, like I explained, it really wasn't enough. Future gonna make a supply depot on the side of the base just to block out a Reaper from coming in that entrance. It can still jump up in another entrance, which makes this map especially good for Reapers, but at least he's not gonna have to worry about one side of it, right? And Future is actually scouting for a proxy. He does check that corner there, which I suppose would be a good place to put barracks. Let's just see how this Reaper battle goes. I don't know if anyone got the first shot there, but there's a grenade. Oh, he got hit by his own grenade, so now he definitely has to back off, as he does throw the CC straight down on the low ground. He's not afraid of any shenanigans coming on from Spear. But yeah, all standard stuff here coming out from both players. those Reapers just had to run away from a Cyclone, and if they are caught, then at this stage in the game, it's pretty important. You really don't want to lose the Reapers right now, as like that is the entirety of map control. There are no drops right now. There's a third CC coming out from... No, that's the second CC. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he's gonna sack both. I don't really like that decision, but I still understand the scouting need, and it might have been worth it. I'm not really sure. If that SCV dies, it's another blow. But losing a Hellion isn't the worst. Isn't the best thing either. Usually, you want to retain those early units as much as possible. So, Future eventually does finish its natural. It's quite a bit delayed, as when his natural finishes, the orbital of Spear's almost halfway done, or I mean more than halfway done. Now it's completed, and the orbital of Future is not even halfway done. That's gonna get an earlier Mule, slightly better economy coming out from Spear, who has lost more units, but it might not matter in the end. Banshee with Cloak is about to enter the field. That might be pretty good, but Future, being a good player, gets a Raven out, which is pretty standard, and this is just to be safe against that very possibility. Raven comes in and starts picking off some drones here. Gets two of them. Well, it doesn't quite get any more than... it actually gets another one. What is going on here, though? We see an interference matrix on the Banshee, which actually goes down, and it's just... Oh, this is rough here. I think Spear might have taken a huge lead with this one Banshee, with his 10 kills, and I'm not sure that Future can recover. And remember, even though this is a best of 5, this would be... Oh, I should update the scores here. Spear has 2 here. This would be the last game, because Spear did enter the upper bracket with a lead, just because he came from that bracket. And, you know, this isn't looking so good. This might be a fast game, unfortunately. We're not seeing a very good economy coming out from Future. I think he's going to have to try something a little bit drastic here if he wants to make any real headway. But he might just try to macro out of it. This would be a pretty good map for it, actually. I don't know if he can, though. He's going to have 2 more racks, which will both have reactors on them. They will have enough production to make a lot of bio. So any bad fight, and it might go in the favor of Future, but 3 tanks is hard to deal with. The one thing Future is going for him is he's going to have Stim, and I'm not sure how the bio is progressing for Spear. I don't think Spear has Stim. I could be mistaken. Where's his tech labs on the barracks? It's right here. So Future's gonna have an earlier Stim. So if he gets a surround, that's his one shot, right? He has to interference matrix the tanks immediately. He can't really afford to take any damage, but this might just be it. If he can't break out of this, he's doomed. He's gonna wait for Stim. I imagine he's gonna wait for Stim. He's gonna probably pull SCVs, and he's gonna go for it, right? He has to. This position's too strong for him to wait. And oh, that one Raven there has an interference matrix, and he's actually, I think he's probably gonna back off. Spear is backing off, and I like that decision because of how far ahead he is, and he's gonna have that third base to fall back on. Unfortunately, this is not gonna be the tournament that that Spear drops a map on Future. I mean, drops a tournament to Future. I think he's gonna continue his reign of dominance and probably come out victorious here. But I'm not sure. Just have to see what Future decides to do next. Right, I think he has to go. He knows that he's so far behind, and the army does favor him just a tad. So he has a tiny window, and a nearly full energy Raven and a Dream, and that's what he has to work with. He does have Stim, and you know what? Spear doesn't have Stim, so this is his one shot. If he interference makes the tanks, no, he's not even gonna try. And that's gonna be it. So unfortunately, in a very anticlimactic fashion, Spear does take the victory for the Platy-pro Weekly once again. And unfortunately for Future, he does fall there. Yeah, so my teammate as well is Future, so I'm just trying to support him as much as possible. Yeah, I think that about does it, and thank you for watching, everybody. I think I'm gonna turn off the stream now, and I'm probably gonna host Cuddle Bear. So if you would like to stick around for some more Terran action, then great. Thank you for watching again. All right. Let's see. I believe I will wait for the stream to end before hosting, as there is a delay. And then I will host Cuddle Bear.